everybody, welcome back to EduTap. I hope you guys are doing absolutely good. So as you all know that PFRD Grade A final result is now out, and therefore we are conducting a special series wherein we are calling all the selected students of PFRD, and through this series we will try to understand that how the toppers of the exam are actually made. So today we have one topper with us who is Suvigya, who has recently cleared PFRD Grade A 2025. First of all, Suvigya, a lot of congratulations from the entire team of EduTap.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you for inviting me over here.
Suvigya, how is the feeling right now by becoming a PFRD Grade A officer, which is a dream of many other students?
Yes, sir. Actually, initially for few days, I was still digesting that feeling, how to react, how to respond to everyone. But now I'm figuring it out now that I have to join in few days only. So I'm more into that details that what I have to do after joining.
Hmm. So you got your letter of joining.
Yes,
So you are reporting in Delhi, right?
yes,
Excited?
yes, sir. Definitely, pretty much excited.
So Suvigya, please tell me, like, how did the day when the result came, how did the reaction and how did that overall episode happen? Where were you? Did you check the PDF or did somebody else did? How was that day?
So actually, as you know, there was some information
Yes.
prior to result that result is about to come.
Oh, come.
So I was expecting result. I think since Wednesday, I was expecting the result. So it was Wednesday, Thursday,
Mm.
Friday. So when it was 6 p.m. on Friday, I thought today result is not going. So I was just having my dinner. After dinner, I was just walking. Suddenly, I saw the phone and then I saw a mail. So I thought it's a random
Okay.
mail. I thought it's a random mail, but it was mentioned PFRDA as well. What is this? Then I
Mm.
opened that mail and it was the offer letter. So I thought,
Okay.
oh, is this some kind of a joke or something? Because I thought
Mm.
first PDF will be circulated, then these mails
Mm.
will come. But then I just checked with other friends of mine or other platforms. So I realized that yes, definitely result is out. So initially I was like, now what to do? Who to tell first? What to do? So it was very, I mean, I was excited, but at that point of time,
Mm.
I wasn't expecting the result.
Mm. Right. So it was like a totally unexpected call which PFRDA
Yes.
did by mailing first
Yes.
and then releasing the result.
Yes.
Right. Cool. So, Suvigya, now I would like you to introduce yourself to the audience who is watching this particular session. Like a very brief and a quick introduction about you, your graduation, your post-graduation, if any, or something which you would like to share.
Yes, sir. So as you know, my name is Suvigya. I am from small town of Uttar Pradesh, that is Devariya. I did
Hmm.
my schooling from Kendriya Vidyalaya, and then I moved to Delhi for doing my graduation. So I graduated from
Hmm.
Ramjas College, and then I post-graduated from
Hmm.
Delhi School of Economics, and both were in commerce only. And
Hmm.
I post-graduated in 2023. And after that, I mean, I started preparing for a regulatory body exam in
Hmm.
2024. So I have been preparing for it for last 1 year.
Hmm. Right. So you graduated in the post-graduated in the year 2023.
Yes.
And was this your first attempt in PFRDA?
Yes.
Okay. Any further regulatory body experience like RBI, SEBI, and anything else?
Yes, sir. So
Hmm.
last year when I started preparing for regulatory bodies, I appeared for SEBI. I mean,
Hmm.
when SEBI notification came, that is when my regulatory body journey started. I
Okay.
had around 60, 65 days and then I started preparing. So first 10, 15.
Hmm. This is 2024, right?
Yes, sir, 2020.
Okay, so SEBI 2024 mein you attempted the first time SEBI grade A.
Yes.
Right. And what was the result on that particular stage?
Sir, I missed the final cutoff by zero point 0.5 marks.
0.5. Are you serious?
Yes, I mean, it
Right.
was a real heartbreak. I was expecting that I will sail through. I was
Uh,
pretty much confident about it, but
And
anyhow.
SEBI would have given you a good learning that what is the regulatory body is all about.
Yes, sir, definitely. Prior to that, I
Hmm.
was pretty much confident that these exams are, I mean, not that difficult time. I will be
Hmm.
able to
Hmm.
crack it. I'm coming from a good background in
Hmm. Hmm.
commerce. So I was like, yes, I will give my best and I will sail through.
Right. And your background is also solid, like a solid college from DU. Hansraj, right? You said Hansraj.
I know Ramjas
Ramjas,
graduate
sorry,
school.
Ramjas.
I
Yes,
know. Yes.
Ramjas. So then you have done your post-graduation also from a very good college, right?
Yes.
and now you are going into SEBI missing by 0.5 marks. That would have been a big, I would say, blow to you, right?
Yes, sir, definitely. So
Hmm.
for first few days, I was like, I mean, how on earth
Hmm.
I can miss this cutoff? And especially initially, the scorecard comes after 15 days.
Hmm.
Initially, it was only mentioned that I'm not
Not
selected. So I
selected.
was like, I mean, where I lack, all these things were going in my mind. But when
Hmm.
the scorecard came, I thought, I mean, it's pretty much destiny. I mean, zero point 0.5 marks. I could have
Hmm.
got that marks anywhere in two phases,
Hmm.
but
So how did you pull yourself back? Because see, if you have done your SEBI preparation, then 90% of PFRD preparation is done. So how did you pull back from that failure of 0.5 marks?
so basically, sir, for few days, I was like, I mean, how on earth this can happen? For I mean,
Hmm.
1 month, I wasn't completely out of it, and
Hmm.
then there were not any notifications.
Hmm.
I wasn't sure which exams to prepare now because on my
Hmm.
when I started preparing, only SEBI was there in my. So
Hmm.
I was only preparing for that. Then for next few months, I got to know other exams, RBI, NABARD, and I
Hmm.
also got to know about PFRDA during my SEBI journey. So I wasn't
Hmm.
expecting the notification, but
Hmm.
I thought the best option will be IFSCA and PFRDA.
Hmm.
So I think in April, I started preparing for these exams that I will brush up all those things which I have already done. And the part which I haven't done, I will start preparing for, especially for IFSC exam. And I also thought
Hmm.
of RBI, but I thought that is different from my league, what I have prepared till
Hmm.
now.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is why I stick to SEBI and
Right.
IFSC and PFRDA.
Right. And then PFRDA journey would have been easy because of the learnings which you have done in SEBI, right?
Yes, sir. That was, I mean, in PFRDA, the journey was quite different because in the meanwhile, I got selected as a credit officer in Central Bank of India.
Hmm.
And then I thought there was a 1 year PGDBF course that we have to complete in Bangalore. And
Hmm.
when I went there, they didn't allow me to appear for other exams. So it was a big call that I had to leave that job prior to, I think it was 10 days before phase two of PFRDA.
Okay.
Yes. So
Right.
I took that call that anyhow I want to be in regulatory bodies, and this is the chance
Hmm.
that I have to take.
So you didn't complete it training itself, right?
Yes,
So
I
you
just
dropped that job offer.
yes, sir. I dropped that job
Hmm.
only joining up. I think it was 3 days after that
Hmm.
I left.
Right. And you took a very brave call. Are you proud of that call today?
Yes, and definitely. I asked one question to myself that day whether I will be satisfied at this place
Hmm.
after 1 year. I felt like I won't be satisfied here. So it is the time to take that
Hmm.
call and take that
Right.
risk. And especially being practical
Hmm.
as well, there were other notifications like SEBI and IFSCA that were going to come. So
Hmm.
it was like I have good opportunities and I can
Hmm.
sail through if I prepare well.
So it's all about how you trust yourself and how to take that risk sometimes.
Definitely,
Right?
sir.
Right. Now let's come to PFRDA. Like how much time you devoted to PFRDA?
So, as you said, sir, I had prepared for many of the
SEBI.
subjects in SEBI, but still I had to brush up those things. And especially
Hmm.
coming from a commerce background, you always tend to go in depth about things. And
Hmm. Hmm.
that happens irrespective of the thing that you have prepared for it in last attempt as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to have a solid material. I mean, just for the purpose of
Hmm.
sticking to the syllabus. So I just got few materials and just I stick to it
Hmm.
and just focused on revising things. In SEBI
Hmm.
last year, I couldn't revise that much because I had very
Okay.
limited time. And apart from that, last year I couldn't practice typing as well. So this year I
Hmm.
focused on typing as well, that I would type anyhow
Hmm.
and I will complete my paper in
Right.
time.
Right. So, Vigya, if before we move ahead to your preparation journey for accounts, costing, and all of that stuff, like we had one session before also, the get to know session. In that get to know session, you told me one of the biggest challenges which you overcome. So now I think it's the right time that you to tell to our viewers as much as you are comfortable with that what happened with you because this will not just motivate one person, this will motivate thousands of people who will be watching this video. So now I leave the stage to you. Like, tell us that what hardship did you face, and then we will proceed forward. But totally up to you. Like, how would like you would like to share it?
Yes, sir. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I mean, I was doing my post-graduation in 2023,
Mm-hmm.
and it was my last sem exam. At that time, I got to know that my mother was diagnosed with cancer. And that was a time I had to take a decision that whether I should prepare for exams, stick with my studies. Also, I wanted to do PhD. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought, should I stick to it or should I go home and help her and take care of her? So it was a very, I mean, mixed feeling what to do and very confusing decision. But I felt like I should definitely be at home with my mother. And for next
Mm-hmm.
year, I was with her, tried our
Mm-hmm.
level best to do what we can do. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was quite difficult time for our whole family, not only for me, but
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, you can't control all these things.
Yes.
So I just decided what I can do, I will do my best for her.
Right. And okay, so first of all, a great salute to you because coming from this episode will be definitely would it be like it will be very, very tough. Like listening to it itself breaks my heart, and I know it's very emotional. Now, Suvigya, very sorry for the loss, but I hope today, wherever your mom is, she will be very, very proud of you that you have cracked SEBI. You have cracked PFRDA rather, and you were on the verge of cracking SEBI also. So I will call you as a SEBI and a PFRDA Grade A officer because you have done something amazing. Like you are studious, we know. But to be a studious and to crack an exam is a different ball game altogether. Some people are studious where they are not able to crack the exam because of that clock ticking. But you did it, so a great salute from the team of Eduta. Now, so Vigya, let's come to the preparation journey. Like I know for commerce and account student, studying accounting standards, studying accounts as a subject is quite easy. But it's not that easy, right? Because you have accounting standards over here, multiple entries related to journal accounts, which you have studied way back in your 11th and 12th class.
Yes.
So how did you prepare for accounts?
So basically, sir, I mean, as you mentioned,
Hmm.
we have studied accounts in our graduation,
Hmm.
post-graduation, but there are many chapters, many things that
Hmm.
we don't need to study for these exams.
Yes.
And going back to class 11,
Hmm.
12 syllabus is quite difficult when
Very
you,
difficult, yes.
yeah, especially when you have read things in depth in your
Hmm.
post-graduation. So your mind is completely analytical. That if
Yes.
you are studying anything, you have to go in detail. You have to go understand the
Hmm.
intent of that particular section.
Yes.
So it was difficult on that part. So I
Hmm.
just decided I can't compile all the materials myself. I can't
Hmm.
review all those books and read from that. So I just
Hmm.
decided I need to have one material and just go through it for the purpose of sticking to the syllabus. So
Hmm.
that was my initial aiming for commerce and accountancy. And then there was one more thing that numerical questions are coming from commerce and
Hmm. Hmm.
accountancy more. So I thought I should focus on more on numerical because conceptual clarity was already there. But
Hmm.
there are
Hmm.
some portions which you miss when you are doing numerical. So I focused more on the
Right.
numerical section apart from sticking to
Hmm.
theory.
I think PFRD phase 1 paper 2 was very easy, but
Yes, sir.
PFRD phase 2 paper 2 was kind of moderate to tough in nature,
Yes.
right? And solving numericals would have made paper 2 also quite more doable for you,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
And did you made your own notes in your entire journey of preparation of PFRDA?
No, so I'm someone who don't prepare notes. I
Right.
mean, I rely on ready-made notes if it is available. So I
Cool.
don't really.
Right. And like for accounts, did you cover all the accounting standards? Like, see, what happens in accounts is people are like confused whether we have to read on a shallow level, whether we have to read too much deep, or what level to what you have to read. Can you please address this doubt? Because SEBI 2025 is already going on, right? We have phase 1 in just 10th of January 2026. So can you address this doubt? Like, to what level you have to study accounts?
Yes, sir. So as it is mentioned every time, everyone mentions this, and I'm mentioning the same here, that first you read the syllabus and then you read the PYQs. That gives you the complete idea that what is your area that you need to focus upon. And that
Hmm.
is very, very, very important. I mean, especially in
Hmm.
accounting standards, there are many accounting standards, but
Many.
you can't read all those accounting standards in detail.
Hmm.
If
Hmm.
you are
Hmm.
reading one accounting standard, then you also need to know how much depth you need to go. You
Hmm.
can't go
Hmm.
in depth as a CA. professional goals. So that is very important. So I feel most important thing is reviewing the PYQ and then deciding your area that what you need to cover.
So it's like covering something on a moderate level, neither less, neither more, right?
Yes, sir,
Right.
definitely.
And this, how does this moderate level comes? This comes with the analysis of PYQs, right? This is what you
PYQ,
are
definitely.
suggesting.
Yes,
Cool.
sir.
Now let's shift to costing. Costing again, for a commerce students is doable, but still it is something which you have not studied in your 11th and 12th. And I
Yes.
don't know whether you do it in your graduation or your post-graduation. But how was your experience with costing?
So, sir, I feel costing is a subject in which you don't need to have a commerce background. It is
Right.
a completely analytical subject and rational. If
Hmm.
you apply your rational thinking, you will sail through costing. What I
Hmm.
have felt in my journey. And as you mentioned, we don't study costing in
Yes.
12th, and during our graduation, we
Hmm.
were in COVID batch. So we were not able to study costing in detail during our
Right.
COVID time. So it was new for me as well, this when I was
Hmm.
preparing for this exam. But I felt once you go through the notes or videos, whatever you are following,
Hmm.
once you go through it conceptually, then you are able to understand what you really need to cover and how you really need to cover. I basically focused on again on numerical portion because I felt the theoretical part is not that difficult. If you are
Hmm.
reading it, if you are reading it by heart, you can
Hmm.
definitely understand it. But
Right.
numerical portion is very important, and
Yes,
especially
chapters like marginal costing.
yes, sir. And
Yes.
especially last after missing the last study cutoff by point
Uh,
0.5, I felt numerical question will give me an edge. So that is why I
yes.
focused more on the costing numericals.
Right. So for commerce and costing, you focus a lot on numerical so that you can take an edge because many
Definitely.
people leave numerical. But did you, like, we generally advise students that in SEBI and in PFRDA, if any tough numerical is coming, any tough, like wherein you have to invest a lot of time, then leave it because the output ratios were quite less.
Yeah,
So
definitely, definitely.
did you practice tough numericals also?
No, so, I mean, when it comes to tough numericals, I just did one or two. But I
Hmm.
also felt that I don't need to cover everything in very much detail. If some
Right.
question comes in depth or some difficult question comes, I will leave that. I can't devote my whole
Hmm.
day, 1 day or 2 day for one such question. So
Right.
I always prefer analyzing the output ratio, then sticking to what I need to.
Right. So it's again a smart study based on PYQs.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Coming to Companies Act now, kind of boring, and I hope there is no coverage of Companies Act in your commerce account, commerce graduation, and in your 11th and 12th also. So Companies Act, I think, would be completely new to you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you were not making your own notes as well. So how did you
Definitely.
do all the rote learning? How did that happen then?
So basically, for that purpose, in Companies Act, if you are following any material as well,
Hmm.
they will also provide the chapter, the where Act. I mean, they can just tweak some things,
Hmm.
but it is more about the Act that is given in
Yes.
your syllabus. So you have to go through all those chapters that are mentioned there. So when I
Hmm.
first saw that, I mean, all Bare Act, I felt like it is too much, and I am not
Very much.
someone who relies too much on rote learning. I'm someone who analyzes things and stick to
Hmm.
conceptual clarity. But there is nothing like conceptual clarity in
Hmm.
terms of
Companies Act.
Companies
Yes.
Act. So I
Hmm.
just decided that I will read this complete act. I mean, all those chapters that were mentioned once or twice. I won't try to learn anything. I will just try to understand what it is trying to say. So
Hmm.
for first two times, I just read it, and then when a third, fourth time I started reading it, it was I mean by default that it was coming, it was getting retained in my mind. So I never tried
Hmm.
too much to retain all those things in Companies Act. I just tried that I will cover it more and more, more and more, as much as I can. So that was my basic idea.
Right. So it's like doing as per what your strength is. Like you are not good in rote learning, but still you are good in analyzing. So you do what you do, believe what your strength is basically. Very good.
Definitely.
Now, coming to management also, management is pure theory again, and
Yes.
management would also be a kind of a theoretical subject again. You not being good in rote learning, how did you manage management then?
So actually, I mean, some part of management it is covered in our graduation or 12,
Graduations.
but there are many questions, random questions, which come from
Mm-hmm.
anywhere. So, I mean, those
Mm-hmm.
questions were very difficult. for me. I mean, when I
Mm-hmm.
saw the previous year questions, when I went through my books that I studied in graduation, I felt like some MCQs were not there. All those topics were not covered over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just focused that I will rely on my content, and after that, I will practice as much as MCQ I can. So
Mm-hmm.
many free marathons were going on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
or if I could get some other PDFs from anywhere for MCQ purpose.
Months.
So I just focused, I will practice more of MCQ for this particular subject.
Right, right. Learning MCQs or doing MCQs basically helps you in revision also. Like, are
Yes,
you able to recall the concept or not?
yes, yes,
Right. Coming to the last two, economics and pension. Economics, I think, is more doable because you have a background of BCom and your 11th and 12th background also helps over here. But economics over here is not that economics, which is journal. This is
yes.
a kind of a technical economics like Keynesian cross and all that stuff, ISLM curves. So how did you manage for economics?
So again, economics was
Hmm.
something that really excites me. I'm pretty much
Hmm.
interested in economics, and I am someone who follows general economics news on a regular basis.
Hmm.
So when it comes to practical part of it, it was pretty much doable for me. But as you mentioned, ISLM curve, these are the
Hmm.
things
Hmm.
that are more technical in nature. So you need to
Hmm.
have that again conceptual clarity. You need to
Hmm.
do those things in detail and then revise it. It can't be done in one go. You need to revise it
Hmm.
once or twice. Then you can get that conceptual clarity and
Hmm.
you can practice MCQ after all. So my focus was on conceptual clarity for this particular portion.
For economics. And I
Yes,
think the same will carry it forward for finance also.
yes, sir,
Right?
definitely.
Like your overall subject coverage, I think it will be common for pension also that you are focusing on concepts, analyzing the previous year questions, solving MCQs, and
Yes,
doing this, I think will summarize all the preparation strategy for all the seven components of paper two.
yes,
Right?
sir. Yes, sir,
Right.
definitely, sir.
Now let's come to paper one, quant reasoning and English. Were you comfortable with this?
No, sir. Actually, that is the
Mhm.
reason I chose SEBI, PFRD, and IFSC exam. I felt like
Okay.
in RBI we need to do QRE in
Yes, to a
detail,
greater
and it is
extent.
quite
Mm.
difficult. So, I mean,
Yes.
I never tested myself, but I felt like SEBI is more doable in terms of QRE. So I
Mm-hmm.
just, and especially for me, the English portion and the GA portion was more doable. So I decided I need to only score 30 marks in these exams,
Mm-hmm.
paper one. So I stick to this English and GA. And
Mm-hmm.
to some extent, I studied reasoning and quants, but my main focus was on English and GA for this section.
Right. And this is how you again do smart study. Like
Definitely, sir.
RBI quant reasoning in English is a very big pain point
Exactly.
for multiple students. So those who are looking for an alternative, SEBI is a very good alternative. PFRD is also very good alternative. So kudos to you. Now let's come to journal awareness. So did you cover journal awareness of more than 1 month, or were you like, I will do it as per my own convenience?
So actually, sir, for general awareness, as I mentioned, I follow newspapers or news on a regular basis, so YouTube
Mm-hmm.
videos or something. So I just tried that I will cover MCQs for last 3 months. Whatever
Okay.
MCQ I can do from all over all sources. There were some
Mm-hmm.
marathons going on. Apart from that, there were
Mm-hmm.
many free MCQs that were provided. So I
Mm-hmm.
practiced all those MCQs, and I just thought I need to get only six MCQs right out of 20
Mm-hmm.
question, and that would be pretty much for me. So
Right,
that
right,
was
right.
pretty much the idea.
Right. So again, it's a smart study. So overall, paper one would not be tough for you because you know what your strength and weaknesses are.
Definitely.
Right. Now let's talk about I hope you were confident about clearing phase one because your preparation strategy looks solid. Were you confident for clearing phase two as well?
So this time when I completed my English paper on time, so I was
Mhm.
like, this time I'm going to definitely sail. And after
Okay.
completing paper two, my feeling
Hmm.
changed. I thought the question paper was quite difficult, and
Hmm.
I couldn't understand what others have done. I
Hmm.
thought I
Hmm.
could have done slightly better. But when
Hmm.
the feedback came over YouTube, I thought I have done pretty
Well,
much good. Yes.
right.
So when the reaction changed, I thought, yes, I will definitely, at least I will be called up for the interview, bare minimum.
Right. So you were having some confidence.
Yes.
So from the date of phase two completion, do you started with your interview preparation? Or did you waited for phase two results?
So actually, I had my IFSC exam after that,
Okay.
IFSC phase two. So I started preparing for that. But
Hmm.
for that as well, I was studying finance and all those things. So I thought the interview preparation would also be done through
Hmm.
IFSC. And when my IFSC phase two paper was done, then I started focusing on interview only. So it was, I mean, I had
Okay.
10 days around for interview.
And how did that journey happen? Like, how did you prepare for interview in 10 days?
So, sir, I have appeared for two interviews till now for
Hmm.
SEBI and credit officer. So, what I had done prior, it was like I used to give many mock interviews
Hmm. Hmm.
with my friends with various platforms.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
this time I decided I will give only one mock interview. And what
Hmm.
I will do, I will read as much I can.
Hmm.
Reading normal thing, reading about pension sector, reading about economics, reading about finance, business, all those things. I will
Hmm.
aware myself more. So that was the idea. And this is how I prepared for interview. And that really helped as well.
Hmm. Okay, so only one mock interview, right?
Yes, sir.
So you are going against the stream because these days many people are giving multiple mock interviews.
Definitely.
But like, how does it make a difference if I give 10 mock interviews and versus one mock interview? So if I compare it from a naked eye, then definitely 10 mock interviews will give me more feedback as compared to the first one. So how does it bring a difference?
So, sir, I mean, it can be different for different individuals. But what
Hmm.
I have realized for myself is last year when it was my first interview, I was quite nervous that
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to appear for this interview. It's a pretty big exam, and people are coming
Mm-hmm.
from various backgrounds. So I was nervous. So for that purpose, my mock interview was. I mean, initially I thought that is
Hmm.
good. I need to do as much as I can mock interview.
Hmm.
But this time I realized getting feedback from different sources it quite confusing when you have very less
Hmm.
time to prepare. Someone
Okay.
will say that you need to do this, someone will say you need to do
Hmm.
that. But I just thought of myself and I took 1 2 days to realize what I really need to do for interview, what can be
Hmm.
asked, and I analyzed those things from my
Hmm.
skills, and then I
Right.
just stick to my idea what I need.
So it's like sometimes the more is not merrier, right?
Definitely.
Because when you are giving lot of interviews, then there can be lot of feedback which can be confusing. So again,
Definitely.
your journey, I think, so far has been like you have the art of making the right decision, right? Like taking less interviews, studying what PYQs and syllabus demands. So you are a person who knows that how to make a right decision, isn't it? And are you proud of yourself? Like simply.
Yes, I
Hmm.
definitely mind when I take decision for myself.
Hmm.
At that particular moment, I feel proud of myself because
Hmm.
I'm not someone who can follow others' ideas or decisions. I
Hmm.
need to take decisions on my own, and that really satisfies.
And this is also carried forward from your training days, like when you left your job and appeared for regulatory bodies.
Yes,
Right. So
definitely.
you are a good decision man. Very good. So you will be making a good portfolio also then, like what to pick in mutual funds, what to pick in stocks and whatnot.
Actually, sir, I haven't started my that journey, but definitely I'm looking
You will
forward
learn
to
through
it.
it. Right. Now I will ask you some basic queries which students ask us. The very first pain point is revision. How did you revise and how will you advise the students also how they can revise?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So what I feel first go, you need to understand everything in detail. You
Hmm.
don't need to retain anything. In
Hmm.
second go, if you are not able to understand everything in detail in first go, then in second go, you understand all those things.
Hmm.
After that, you start your journey of retaining things in third, fourth go. And revision is very, very important. As I mentioned, I'm
Hmm.
not someone who is very good with rote learning. So I have to
Hmm.
revise Companies Act at least 6 7 times.
Six, seven times.
At least.
And this is before phase one or total including phase one and phase two.
No, actually before phase one.
So in phase two, you would have revised again.
Yes, sir, definitely.
So your total revision would easily cross 10, I would say.
Yes, yes, sir. And I
Hmm.
knew that in these subject I'm not very good. So I
Yeah,
really need to revise these things. And I got the reward as well. I mean, in SEBI as well and PFRDA as well. I have done all the questions of Companies Act right. I haven't
right.
missed one in any 1 mark in Companies Act.
But my counter question to you is that excess of revision doesn't it leads to exhaustion? Like reading the same thing again and again.
Definitely, definitely. So I am someone who can't read these things again and again. But you know, when I asked myself, how will I do? I only thought I will be a SEBI Grade A officer or
Hmm.
PFRDA Grade A officer, and I visualized that thing in my mind. Then you automatically you feel that excitement that you
Hmm.
really need to do this to get your goal. So that was the whole idea.
Right. And was this only with Companies Act, or did you revise all the components?
No, actually, Companies Act was a special one. And secondly, for
Right.
management, I also revised, I think, 4 5 times. But for
Hmm.
other subject, it was more of a conceptual clarity. So I
Hmm.
didn't need that much
Right.
revision.
We generally say that a revision a day keeps your failure away. So you proved it
Definitely.
right. You proved it
I,
right.
it's true.
Right. Now let's come to a debate of smart work versus hard work. In your case, I think smart work is taking prevalence over hard work, or am I interpreting things wrong?
No, sir. Actually, as I said, individuals can be different. For someone,
Hmm.
hard work can be the right
More.
idea,
Hmm.
and for me, it was smart work, definitely. I am not
Hmm.
someone who can study for 10 hours.
Hmm.
I am someone who can study for 5 6 hours, but
Hmm.
I will be very very productive in 5 6 hours. So
Hmm.
because I mean I am someone who also socializes with people. I need to go
Hmm.
out. I need to watch some things on internet,
Hmm.
YouTube, Netflix. So I always enjoy those things. So I can't really stick to just studies. So smart
Right,
work
right,
is
right.
only choice.
Right, right, right. So you have to complement certain activities with your studies so that your studies don't become boring,
Yes,
right?
definitely. It is very
And
important.
second last question of this interview would be related to the mocks, like the role of mocks or the role of MCQs rather. How important is it to attempt a mock, whether it's a full length or a sectional test, or whether it's a chapter-wise question also? How important is it?
So I mean, for full length mocks, I would say I
Hmm.
haven't attempted as much as a full length mock that people
Hmm.
say. But what I have done is when I
Hmm.
study any one topic, I used to do MCQs of that topic at that point of time only to analyze
Okay.
whether I have covered everything in detail on the right manner or not.
Hmm.
So that was my idea, the sectional mocks that were more
Right.
important to me, not the full length.
Right. But I think full length mocks are important for English descriptive, I think,
Yes,
because
yes,
you,
definitely. For
uh,
the
bec-
typing paper, it
uh,
is, I mean, I have done blunder
uh,
in my typing last year, so it was
yes,
quite important to prepare the typing
yes.
part. That is more important.
If that typing blunder wouldn't that happen in your SEBI paper you are saying, right?
Yes, sir, yes.
And can you put a highlight on that? Like we missed that what typing blunder you have done so that students can be informed.
Actually, I got decent mark in English.
English.
I got, I think, 47 or 48 marks. That was pretty much good last year.
Okay.
But but I missed the precis writing part. I think the word limit was 150 words, and I wrote only
Hmm.
110 words. So I was
Okay.
pretty much underconfident after paper one only that
Hmm.
I haven't completed my paper. So
Hmm.
I took 5 10 minutes in paper two to realize that I need to complete this paper as well. So
Hmm.
it is not only about you are not completing your paper. It is about the mental setup. When you start your paper two, you are already thinking that you are lagging behind with others.
Hmm.
So that is why it is important to practice paper one. And when you complete your paper one on time, you have gained already a booster for your paper two.
Yes, it sets a tone for paper too, I think so.
Yes, yes,
Yes, and I have seen with multiple students, like if they, like what students do is they are not able to complete the paper one and the after effects are there in paper two.
yes, sir.
Like recently only one student was there who missed the title of Presi. So this thing was going in his mind and he was not able to focus on paper two.
Yes,
And
I
then
can
paper two
completely,
collapsed.
I can
Right.
completely
Hmm.
understand.
So you learned from this mistake in PFRDA and you learned
Yes, sir.
this mistake from SEBI and you implemented in
Yes,
PFRDA.
yes, sir.
Right? Cool. And I think that will be a very good, like how much is your score in paper two of PFR? Acha, scores are not out yet, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, right, right. Cool. Now, just one last question before we end. Like, assume that a student who is in his starting journeys of regulatory bodies is watching this video. What advice you would like to give to him? Or you just have to give an open advice to that student who is learning to become a next Suvigya. How he can be a next Suvigya.
So, sir, what I feel and what I have seen in others cases as well, that
Mm,
when people start preparing for these exams, they
mm,
prepare according to notification. When
mm,
notification comes, they start preparing for that exam. When another
mm.
notification comes, they focus on that exam.
Switch. Mm,
So I feel that is not the right way. First of all,
mm,
as in my case, I chose that I will give SEBI, PFRDA these kind of exam because I
mm,
have that commerce background and it will help me. So first of all, you need to realize your potentials,
mm,
and accordingly you need to decide. You can
mm,
definitely qualify all the exams, but you need to
mm,
have the right strategy for it. So
mm,
first of
mm,
all, you realize your potential, and then you ask yourself what time it will take for you to prepare
mm.
for that particular exam, and then start preparing for it. Just
Right.
don't look at the result that I will get the result in 3 months in this exam, in 6 months in next
Mm,
exam. You need to give yourself at least some time to be in a
mm,
position where you can compete in those exams and
mm,
qualify. So first of all, this is most important thing. And secondly, when you decide your whatever exam you are appearing, then
mm,
you go through the syllabus and PYQs and ask yourself whether you are someone who can do these things on a self-study basis, or you need to have some
mm,
kind of
mm,
support from any coaching
mm.
institute. And then you decide, how much time it will take for you to prepare.
Right. So basically, it's like you know the war before you have to start the war.
Definitely.
Right. So thank you so much, Suvigya. First of all, again, congratulations. Last of all, you have really helped us to understand that how to become a topper and how to crack an exam like PFRD, and you truly deserve it. Thank you so much again for coming on our platform and sharing your insights. So, students, this is the end of this particular interview. Many more episodes will come in the success stories of PFRD Grade A 2025. But please don't just watch them, try to learn from the toppers. And I hope you will be the next, wherein we will be interviewing you and you will be sharing your information with us. That's it. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.